Hold My Drink with Charlene and Ellie, a GoLoud original.
Hello everyone and welcome to Hold My Drink Extra Juice with Charlene and Ellie.
Hi everyone.
So this is where we help you with even more dilemmas than we do on our main episode that comes out every Wednesday, and we just try to give you a little bit of advice.
Yes, extra advice. We are not Bible, but we try our best. Sometimes I feel like we need to start taking our own advice from the advice we give.
Sometimes, all the time.
All the time.
We were talking in our group chat yesterday and I was like, I think we all need therapy.
Yeah,
and
we all need Jesus anyway. We are being swindled.
We need to go to a retreat.
Yeah, I'd like that actually.
It just like, do you ever get when you have your own advice in your head, like you could obviously take it, but you just think
You choose not
you
to.
think you know better than your own self,
Yeah.
but you don't.
You self-sabotage yourself and you're just like, I know what I should be doing, but I'm going to go in the opposite direction and do the opposite.
But it's easier to do this, or like it's more fun.
Yeah,
to do
it's
that.
more fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes you just have to be a bit chaotic.
It's allowed every now and again.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
As long as you give a good advice to other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're self-sabotaging yourself, at least it's only you to blame.
Yeah. You're only hurting yourself. And you can only
But
blame
don't
yourself.
do it. We're not saying do it, but I'm just saying this sometimes happens.
You only blame yourself and you're only hurting yourself. So
Yeah.
at least nobody else is
No one
involved,
else gets
kinda.
hurt.
Yeah.
Apart from the other party if there's
We saw a scooter on fire
We did.
on the way in.
Yeah. And it was snap, crackling and popping all around
There
the
was
place.
fireworks coming out of it and
Oh
all.
my
It
God,
was
imagine just-
tragic.
What do they be operated by a battery like?
They're just electric, battery. So the battery must have went on fire.
I have a fear of like my room going on fire with like the plugs.
A house around the corner for me that happened, I think.
Really? Just
yeah.
random plugs?
Yeah.
Because I have so many plugs in my room.
Do you? Like plugged into socket or what are they called? Extension leads.
Yeah.
And them going on fire.
But I just switch off the extension leads.
Like I remember when you used to have like a Nokia and all, if you charged it for ages, the thing be piping hot. You couldn't even hold it.
Like
yeah.
a hot cake.
Yeah, it was like so hot.
Do you ever get when your phone starts going slow? It gets really hot.
No, does
Mine
it?
went slow yesterday. It was like everything was moving in slow motion, man. It was piping hot. Like
I know on holidays they can overheat.
They
Do you ever
can.
see- do you ever see
Yeah.
that little notification? It's like temperature warning.
that's what it is, I'd say then.
It overheats.
Yeah.
I used to sleep with my phone under my pillow until somebody told me that you can like the waves off your phone can go into your brain and like melt your brain or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it can go far and you can die.
Yeah, it can be very bad for you.
God, what a grim
What?
conversation to have.
How grim.
We're back in the audio studio today just for this little bonus episode. So we're getting back in the day vibes.
I know, yeah, it's like a throwback in
Our
here.
first one.
I love it. It's nearly our birthday.
It's nearly our birthday.
Which is adorable.
So what is the podcast? The podcast is a Scorpio. Is that right saying that?
Is it?
Because I know the end of October is Scorpio, so I think it might be the start of it as well.
I haven't a clue. I literally know
Yeah, I
Leo
think
because
it
it's my
is.
birthday.
That's
That's it. Yeah, I couldn't tell you when any other of them are.
We're going to do a special birthday episode.
Yes.
And you want to see in that episode or
Yeah, any
things we could do,
suggestions?
please do DM us.
Mm-hmm.
We also have an email address now.
Yeah.
So it's holdmydrink@goloudnow.com, and you can send all your dilemmas in and also anything really.
Any
that you think.
suggestions, yeah.
Little chat.
Yeah.
So we can't type back.
Yeah.
We don't run
It's
it.
not
but-
us.
No.
Yeah.
But you can send in anything you want. But these dilemmas are all about to answer are all from the email address.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any dilemmas, make sure to send them into holdmydrink@goloud.now. Sorry. holdmydrink@goloudnow.com.
So the first one is, so me and my boyfriend have been together over a year, meaning him and his ex are broken up over a year and a half. But she said to her friends recently she can't get over him, but it gets worse. She watches my stories, then blocks me. One time I was too quick and I caught her. And all her friends also watch my stories without following me. It gets even worse again. She's completely changed her appearance now. This could be her breakup glow up, but people are saying it to me and I can't ignore it. She's changed her hair colour to mine, polar opposite of what she had before. She started doing dark tan like I do and posing very similar pictures or poses to me. Now obviously all this could be coincidence, but I just feel a bit uneasy. I know my boyfriend wouldn't go back to her, but what the fuck do I do? Love you.
Love you.
I think take it as a compliment. You're only going to wrap your mind, you're only going to drive yourself crazy thinking she's trying to be me, but look at it, flip it on its head and look at it like she is trying to be you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and take that as such a compliment. Like,
What's the quote? Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
it really is.
Yeah.
It really, really is. If you ever see people copying you, I know, like, you might think it's so annoying or whatever. But
Why is that? Why we think it's annoying?
because I think you want to feel like original and
Is
unique.
that what it is?
and
Even
yeah.
if they're doing it after you, like that's why.
Yeah,
it annoys you.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. You want it to be your own, but like we all shop from the same place. We all fucking.
I
you
know.
what I mean?
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
In this day and age, I feel like it's very hard.
To be unique.
Yeah,
Completely. Like.
completely. Yeah. But take it as a compliment.
Yeah. I think like
Laugh
he's
at
with,
it, kind of like.
yeah, and he's with you for a reason as well,
Yeah,
not her.
yeah.
And I think her trying to morph into you, if that is what she's trying to do, is like also not the way to go, because there's
No.
obviously more about you that he likes than your
Then
dark
your
tan
looks,
and
yeah.
your hair and
your hair, yeah.
your poses. So I think it's just a little bit. If she is doing that in that way, that's a little bit obsessive. I'd say.
Would you block her?
I wouldn't,
No.
because I'm
You
real.
wouldn't give her
Like,
the satisfaction, like.
no, yeah, I
Would you
wouldn't.
not?
I'm real. Is that childish to say that? But like,
No.
I'd be like, no, I'm not going to let her know she's bothering me.
Yeah,
I'd rather just let them look, let them watch.
yeah. Haha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like the fact that he's not going to go back to her, like you're so sure of that, so try not to let it bother you that she is doing that, because
Yeah, I feel
it's
like
not
if
gonna do
if,
anything to you.
if you keep wrapping your head around this and thinking this and like letting it bother you, it's going to put a strain on your relationship. I think
Definitely.
like it's going to weigh you down. It's going to so try your hardest to think of it like it is a form of flattery if she is literally trying to be you. Like
Yeah,
and if you're
exactly.
so secure in your relationship and so sure about you and your boyfriend now, I wouldn't.
She's
worry.
irrelevant
Yeah,
then,
I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
worry. I'd really just try to ignore it and
I feel bad for the ex
that she's having to do that.
Yeah, that she feels that much she can't get over it, like after a year and a half.
How long am I? I'm about a year and a half.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so. June last year.
No,
yeah.
but you're so back
Yeah,
basically
true.
together. Yeah, but that's like a long time.
Yeah. No, take it as a compliment.
Yeah,
Try your hardest not to let it affect you.
and your relationship.
Yeah, and just, I wouldn't go changing anything about yourself. Like, I hope that's
No.
not where she was
No,
going
no.
with this. No,
No,
don't be doing that. No.
no. Just don't let it ruin your relationship now, because she's in the past.
Yeah.
For a reason. So
It moved on.
yeah. Okay, next dilemma is, hi girls, I'm with my boyfriend for over 2 years now and he treats me like I'm made of gold.
Oh,
He really looks after me and he's always felt like
it
the
would be
one.
nice.
Recently I've started in a new job and there's a few boys in there that I find myself attracted to. I barely know them. I think it's more on a physical level. Even writing this now, I feel such an overwhelming amount of guilt. Am I a bad girlfriend for feeling attraction to other men? I don't think I realise just how good I have it, or is it a sign that maybe something is not right? Love your podcast and both of you so much. Oh, love you.
They say, do you ever hear that saying? I know she's not using the word love there, but do you ever hear that saying? And it's like, if you love two people
At once,
at once, go with the second, because you never really love the first.
if you can fall in
If
love
you
again.
can fall in love
Yeah.
again, kind of thing. So I
Yeah.
think she's thinking maybe to this level, but we've said it before on the podcast, you're allowed to find people attractive.
Yeah.
You're allowed to look at people and like admire a good looking person, that's fine. But she's finding herself attracted to them.
And
I don't know, I'm
also,
confused. What do you
I
think?
feel like her being attracted to people is a new thing.
Okay.
Because she's saying, like, she started a job recently with a few boys now, like, they're 2 years in, and she's now only kind of finding herself attracted to boys.
Yeah.
Is it a case of, like, that something's not right, or is it that you're 2 years in and you're like, that honeymoon phase is gone and you start to, like, not look elsewhere, but, like, God.
Yeah.
But, like, you start to realise that, I don't know, other people are good looking as well.
Yeah.
Because I think when you first meet someone, like, you wouldn't even, like,
Oh, you
you're
think
like, everyone else is ugly. Like,
ugly. yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
You're
I'm
in
with
that.
the best looking man on earth.
But
Like,
should you be like that the whole time? Maybe, I don't know. I think her question, if something's not right, says to me there's something not right.
really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I don't know. I think as it's a new job, like,
But if you thought it was normal to feel like that, you wouldn't be like, oh, I shouldn't be fit. Like, maybe it's another level that she's been used to being attracted to people on.
yeah, I don't know. And the fact that she is saying like she feels guilty,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm stuck.
I'm trying to think of like past, like for me, when I've started to be detached from someone, that's when I start being like,
fancying other people.
not fancying, but like being attracted to someone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm only looking at it from that side because that's what situation I've been in before
Yeah.
a few times, where like you're just like,
You know,
you're obviously not in something anymore, and that's when you start. You're like, oh, why am I randomly starting to be attracted to people? Oh yeah, it's because I'm not happy.
really.
Do you know?
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I feel like it could go two ways. Like, it could be that there is something right, and like Charlene said, if it is a case of that you're actually questioning it now, maybe something isn't right.
Yeah.
Or it could just be you're in a new job, you're in a new setting,
There's a
like
nice little few fellas. around.
you're just finding admiring attractive looking men, but not acting on it. Yeah, I think it says a lot if you act on it. Like, but if I'm sitting at my desk and I fucking
Yeah.
eye up the man walking in, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's nothing wrong. Yeah. But also I think like
Admiring and acting, I think, are two different things. Like,
completely different.
Because we all admire a good looking person, but I don't know. I'm stuck on this one. I don't know what to say about this one.
I think like
I'm letting
just 'cause
Charlene take the wheel.
when someone starts the thing with it as well of being like, I'm with him 2 years, he treats me like I'm so like
But-
it's so nice.
Yeah,
but
and there's a but.
I'm like, someone treating you nice, which is obviously so nice, but like that should be like the bare minimum of it. People will look at that fact and put it over everything else.
That they treat you nice.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, but I really don't have sex, or I don't find him attractive. They're like, oh, but he's so nice.
But he's
and this
so
and
good
that.
to me, and yeah.
But it's
yeah.
like sometimes that
there needs to be more than that.
yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
like that attraction and the sex and all that is the important part.
Yeah. It needs to go deeper than that kind
Yeah.
of thing. Him being nice to you.
Being
and-
nice to you, because
yeah.
that should be every man. I know it's
Yeah.
not, but like that should be the like bare minimum.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be like a shock to find something like that.
No, yeah.
I think that keep an eye on it. See if like the attraction is growing, or like is it saying, have you been attracted to people like that before? Is it
Yeah.
your first time? And how do you feel towards your boyfriend? Kind of keep track of that as well. I would keep a journal, personally.
Charlene is all
I
about
love
journals,
journals.
therapy.
Yeah. Because
Uh,
then you can see, you're like, right, that makes sense. And this, I felt like this, and we had a fight, and then I felt like that. Like,
Yeah.
kind of goes back to that. But I think keep an eye on it. I wouldn't do anything rash right now, but just see if the feel. No, don't be like
immediately.
well, don't be like dumping him, like being
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
fancy a man in work, I have to dump him, because that can be like a feeling. But no, just
Keep
hang
an eye.
tight for
Yeah.
now. Keep an eye, and
Okay.
if the feelings grow, or say you start actually fancying someone, that's bad.
Proper fancy
Yeah.
someone, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you.
The next one is, hi girls, I lost my dad a year ago to a horrible illness, and being 20 and losing your father is so hard because you feel like you've lost your sense of security in life. Why am I going to cry already again?
Oh, Ellie.
I'm so FaceTimed to my dad and I love my dad. I can't read that.
All right. Hi girls, I lost my dad a year ago to a horrible illness, and being 20 and losing your father is so hard because you feel like you've lost a sense of security in life. During the time I was grieving for him, I was mistreated by jobs which left me unemployed for periods at a time, which you can imagine alongside why do I feel like
Oh God.
which at the time which you can imagine alongside dealing with him passing had a horrible effect on my mental health. Luckily, I have an amazing family and friends to support me, but I'm feeling stuck in my life, as the time I would have used to find my place in the world, I was looking after my dad and then grieving for him. I guess what I'm trying to ask is, do you girls have any advice on trying to find your place in the world after feeling lost for so long? Oh,
Well, I'm sobbing already, to be
my
honest.
heart.
My heart isn't able. I could never imagine that. Like,
No. And I think, like she said, that her time was that maybe finding her place and doing all them kind of things you do when you're young was spent grieving,
yeah,
and then obviously looking after your dad as well when he was still alive.
yeah.
So you kind of missed that. But I think,
But I don't think there should be a time frame on that. Like, you can
No.
re-find yourself. Like,
yeah.
Look at me, I'm 27. Like, I feel like I'm only kind of re-finding who
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and I know like a relationship is so different to this. Jesus, I'm absolutely not comparing it to that. But like, there shouldn't be a time frame on when you have to re-find yourself. You can reinvent yourself at any stage in life.
Yeah.
Don't ever think that there's a time limit to be like, right, well, I should have done it then, so I can't do it now. You can
Yeah.
do it whenever you want to do it. Like,
Yeah. And I
you
don't
decide
think-
that.
I think there's nothing you've ever like really missed out on in a way. Like,
No.
I'd say you feel like you have, but
Yeah.
if you look back at like, I think a lot of people feel like that about like, if you didn't go to college, or like didn't
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to certain things, or like maybe she might have spent the weekends in rather than going out if she's looking after her dad. But like at the end of the day, you had that time with him, first of all, when you were looking after him when he was
Yeah.
sick, do you know, that you don't actually miss out on anything
No.
else.
No.
But I think,
There's nothing I would have rather do, like,
yeah.
if I was in her position than
Mm-hmm.
to spend time with him. Like, no way.
And then the grieving obviously is, I've actually never lost someone
Have you
at
not?
all. No.
Never.
So I don't know what grief feels like.
Oh, bird.
I know.
I don't have any
Which is
grandparents.
oh yeah.
None. None at all.
What is that like to lose someone like?
I was young.
Yeah.
I think the last person was my nana on my dad's side, and I think, was that like 8 years ago or something, or probably more than that? I don't know. I can't really remember it, but like, it's an awful feeling.
Yeah.
Awful. Like, even seeing stuff on the telly and all, I do be sobbing. Like,
Yeah.
even if I don't know someone,
I know.
like, I'd
Even
sob
reading
anyway. But what she's gone through, I could never imagine. That's the worst fear in my life. But like, I know it's something. It's going to come
Inevitable.
around.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
going to come around. But that is, if somebody asked me my biggest fear,
Is that?
yeah, 100%. Like, could never, ever, ever imagine that. No way, Jose. But I don't think, like, what would you do if you had to re-find yourself?
I think you learn to live. Not that I've ever been through grief at all, but
Yeah.
from what I kind of hear from friends and stuff, like, your life's never going to be the same again. But not. It sounds that really in a bad way.
Not
but
in a bad way.
Sometimes it just means it's going to be different.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like when he was around or like
was
exactly like
before.
that, but it's going to be different, and it's going to be good again as well. Like, it does. It kind of just becomes a part of kind of who you are. Do you know, that kind of way? And like, I think it's just a thing of living with that grief. I
Yeah.
don't think, from what I've heard of people, like, it never truly like leaves
Goes-
you.
No, yeah.
But
it just gets more
becomes
manageable.
easier to manage with. But like, I have a friend that went to grief counselling, and she
Yeah.
found that really, really helpful. And I think after losing someone, you kind of get afraid of losing someone else.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's
yeah.
a big thing that can kind of loom over you. And I think finding something to put yourself into, and not distract yourself, but kind of put your
Time into
time into after that, because I think finding something
sniffling into this mic.
finding something that you love doing, and maybe it's something that your dad loved to do, or like go places where your dad liked to go, and things like that to make you feel connected to him as well, I think
Yeah.
would be really helpful. But I think just trying to find who you really are, because I think obviously for a long time that's kind of your whole life,
Yeah,
is your
yeah,
dad being sick, and then when someone's just gone, it's like that part of your life's just gone, and there's
like,
an empty hole.
Yeah. What now? Like,
Yeah,
kind of
but
thing, yeah.
think about what maybe used to make you happy before all that, and things that you love doing, things you filled your time when you were younger, and connecting back with friends and stuff, I think is really important as well.
Yeah. Just start focusing on yourself. I know it sounds easier said than done, but
Yeah, 100%.
putting yourself first, and but that's so tough.
Yeah. We hope you're okay. Okay, next dilemma is, hey girls, I'm apologising in advance for the absolute Bible I'm about to write, but I just want a bit of outsider feedback, please. So about a year and a half ago, my boyfriend and me said we would take a break. Wasn't really a break, still saying I love you, meeting up, having sex, etc. We were like this for about 6 months, so from say October to the March, and we got back together properly in March 2021. I got a message from a girl saying she'd been talking to him since October, and he had met her family and they had sex and stuff, and I was totally heartbroken. I decided to stay away from him because I had enough going on as my mum.
Stay with him.
Oh, stay with him.
Sorry.
Because no, I'm glad you said that, because I had enough going on. My mum was in and out of the hospice from February and March with cancer, and I knew she only had a couple of days left to live, and I didn't want to be alone dealing with the breakup and the loss of my mum. That I completely get that, first of all. Just kind of my mum died 5 days later in March 2021, so I forgave him as I needed him, but sometimes I can't help but think about it. I've talked to him about it, but it just hasn't seemed to help, as I have trust issues with him, and now I'm afraid he might do it again. Help a girl out and give thoughts, opinions and advice, please. I just need to give myself some reassurance. I love him with all my heart and can see myself growing old with him, but I can't help but think about what's happened. Thanks so much. I love listening to you both. Give me a giggle in the morning going to work.
I'm glad we can give you a giggle.
I completely get why she stayed with him during that time.
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah.
I was straight,
honest,
because it's such a tough time. There's such a big change losing someone, so the last thing you want is another big change, is losing your person you're with as well.
Yeah.
And that's your comfort blanket at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, so through that, that's the person you'd want to be there for you.
We've definitely said before when we get dilemmas in that, like, see at the end of that, she says, I can't help, she can't help but think about what's happened.
Yeah.
We've definitely said in the past before, if it's something that you think you're definitely going to hold on to, it's just going to stay there, and it's just going to cause.
Yeah.
If it's something you think you can get over and forgive, okay, I think maybe there's a chance you can work towards it and work together, and because it shouldn't be just you having to deal with it. Like, he put you in that position, kind of thing. So if it's something you think that can be not forgotten about essentially, but that you can work over, okay, maybe give it a go. But if it's something you're going to hold on to, it's just you'll just end up hating each other.
Yeah. You need to either
drama.
Yeah. You need to either decide to like both move on and not mention ever again, or else not be together.
Yeah.
But if you can see yourself growing old with them and stuff, and it was a break, I don't like the way it was a break, but they were still doing everything as a relationship, and then he was also basically had another relationship on the side.
So he just changed the label to be able to do what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I wonder, was it him that changed it? And he'd met her family. Oh, so she didn't. Okay.
I know.
I don't know.
I hate that term, break.
It's a epoxy thing. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah. Are we dating?
yeah,
Are we fucking?
like,
Are we best friends?
are we
something? Yeah.
no, I don't know. I think it's just a cop out for a lot of people to go on a break.
Do you think?
For, if
Yeah.
a boy does that, I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you want to do this
A cop
weekend?
out to go off shagging and then come back to me like.
I'm like, oh, I actually do like you.
It's a
again.
cop out to go off with someone but still have you there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cake and eat it
Yeah.
type situation.
exactly. I think you've gone this far that if you're only thinking about it sometimes, obviously it's going to be in your mind, but as long as it's not keeping you up at night, I would probably forgive it. I think apparently it's really hard as well to let someone go who was with you through like a death or something like that.
Yeah.
Not from personal experience, but
You'd
I've
feel
heard.
an attachment to them.
Yeah,
Kinda,
and as well, like he would have met her mum.
yeah, of course, yeah.
And then if she breaks up with him and gets a new boyfriend, he would have never met the man.
yeah.
Not that like that would be in her head, and I
Yeah.
feel like that would be in my head as well. I don't want to tell her to.
She might feel a
forget about it
connection to him
yeah,
because
of that.
He knew her mum, yeah.
If he has a good track record other than that, maybe he was going through just a stage, and it being a break, like I suppose it was okay for him. Not okay for him to do, but like speaking literally, it would have been okay because they're not together.
Okay.
But I don't know.
In an ideal world, like the break would have meant just the two of them staying away from each other but not kind of seeing anyone else kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would have been an ideal situation, and then you wouldn't be in this position at
It's
all.
not
but
always that straightforward.
no, it's not at all. Yeah, I think if you think you're going to hold on to it, it's going to cause friction between you, and it's always going
If
to be.
he's always fine.
Yeah, if it's always going to be brought up, I think maybe it might just need to be nipped in the bud and go your separate ways. But if you think it's something the two of you can work on together, both agree to not bring it up, both agree to move past this. It was a phase, it was a bad phase in both your lives, maybe. Like, if you can see each other growing old together and you're happy, the both of you are happy now, maybe you can work through it. Like, no relationship is perfect, but like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that was extra juice for this week.
I was crying again. I'm always crying.
Oh, some of them were quite happy though.
God, but we hope
like,
we help.
Yeah,
And I love that you
trust us.
yeah, and rely on us.
Yeah.
And we hope we do give some sort of like comfort or advice or just an outsider's opinion, because sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah.
When I was going through bad patches in life, I didn't want to hear from any of my family. 'Cause
Yeah.
nearly, it's easier to hear from, I know we're not strangers, we're all friends here, best friends, but
Yeah.
it's nearly easier to listen to somebody on the outside
You've never met.
yeah, than somebody in your family who is going to tell you the truth, but you don't really want to hear it. You don't.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
should do what they're telling you to do,
Yeah,
but you
you
don't want to
don't.
hear it. No.
Yeah.
So thank you for trusting
But we'll tell
us.
you the stuff that you should listen to.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Listen
We
to
will.
us sometimes. But yeah,
That's us.
full episodes every Wednesday on
Yes.
wherever you get your podcasts, and then our bonuses Monday. And again, you can write an email into homeidrink@goloudnow.com
Yeah.
with your dilemmas and your suggestions for our 1 year anniversary.
Yes. We also have a little request.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Myself and Charlene and the Hold My Drink podcast are nominated for a Stellar Award.
They're on Friday.
Friday, yeah. By the time you listen to this, they'll be this Friday. So we have a little request. If you have a spare 5 seconds
Right now, please.
out of your day, if you wouldn't mind voting for Hold My Drink for the podcast awards,
We have it in our bios, a
Yep.
link in our bios.
We would be truly, truly grateful.
On Instagram, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just asked.
We'll thank you all. We'll thank you all.
This is for the listeners.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just would like to have a little speech.
Would you?
Yeah.
Aw.
Have like a little prayer.
I'd be balling.
I know, yeah. Actually, yeah.
just so-
If you want to see Ellie cry, come on, please.
Yeah.
And also, Ellie's nominated in her own category for Best Beauty, everyone say. So if you're voting
Scrolling
anyway,
through.
obviously vote for Ellie.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's us. We will chat to you on Wednesday.
I love you.
Love you. Bye.
Subscribe to this podcast for free on the GoLoud app.